Hello everyone, welcome back to my gardening and growing channel. Today is April 24th and I am going to be potting up tomatoes. You could see them here, they're all in these 6-packs. There's at least two in here, so I have 3 of these 6-packs for a total of at least 36 tomatoes. Some have 3 in there. I think about every seed sprouted in these, so if I put at least two seeds each in each little cell, and I think the germination rate was probably at least 98%, so I have a lot of tomatoes to pot up. So what you're going to need to pot up these tomatoes are, first of all, you need a container. I use these red 18-ounce cups. I cut holes in the bottom. Always make sure you have drainage. And then you want to label it. It's an Aurora tomato. And the date I started the seed was April 7th. You're also going to need some potting mix, and I use Pro Mix. It doesn't have any fertilizer in it, so what I do, since these are tomatoes and they grow fast, and once I move them outside to harden them off, I probably really won't be using too much liquid fertilizer. I add some fertilizer to it, so I added this organic fertilizer here, and I believe I got this at Walmart. It says flower food, but it'll be just fine for these tomatoes. It's 4-5-3, which is pretty balanced. Just try to keep it around 5-5-5. I think that should be good. And I also added these worm castings. Again, I bought these at Walmart 1 year when they were on sale. So let me show you how to pot these up. So here's my potting soil. What I did with this, when I'm doing a small job of planting up, I use just a small bucket or something. But for these tomatoes, since I have like 36, I use a tub. So right now it's in one of these tubs. You can just buy them at Walmart or Target or something. And they work really well for stuff like this. So, but you want to moisten it up. It was really dry, really dry. So you can see it's nice and moist now. Yeah, this stuff was so dry when I first started mixing it up. So much dust was coming up that I put a mask on to keep the dust from going into my lungs, because I could feel it and it was making me cough. So make sure you put a mask on or do it outside where the dust can blow away. So here's my tomatoes. See, the soil's really dry. I think I watered them 2 days ago, and since they grow so fast, they dry out the soil. Oh, one thing, you know when you can plant them up is when you'll see these are the first leaves that always come up. So you don't want to pot them up when you see these first leaves when they sprout. When you want to pot them up is when these real tomato leaves come up, or secondary leaves, whatever you call them. And you can see these are plenty big now to pot up. So here's my container. So first what I'm going to do is go ahead and put some soil in the bottom, like so. Then what I usually do with these, so I'm going to take the tag out. There's a Aurora tomato. I'm going to pop it out of the cell. So now some people, what they do is they'll go ahead and, instead of doing what I'm doing here, is they'll go ahead and cut off the weakest one. So if you look here, this one's really tall, this one's shorter, so they would just cut that off, pop that out, and plant it into the pot. I don't really like to do that because I feel like I'm wasting a tomato plant, and it'll be way more than I can use. So I'll just either give some away, I'll just actually just give some away to family and friends. So here we go. Pop it out. And to pop it out, you don't want to pull on the actual tomato. I'll pull on it a little bit if it's loose. There we go. So you can see the roots, pretty good. One good thing about it being sort of dry, when you go ahead and separate them like this, that's what I do, is kind of tease the roots. Kind of tease the roots so the soil starts coming off. Keep doing that. And then now you got them separated. And now, take the cup. I like to hold them. You want to bury them. There's a long stem here. Roots will grow up all along these stems. It'll give you a stronger tomato plant. So I always kind of grab them by these first leaves right here. Hold it in the pot. Then I just kind of start backfilling. Backfill. Tap it down a little bit. Don't push it down real hard, just lightly. So I just tap it down lightly, kind of make sure it's centered. Kind of try to get that stem, buried in there like that. So go ahead and level it out. Put more soil in there. And you can go ahead and kind of tap it down. I'll tap it down outside the tote like that, because it doesn't pack down very well in the soil like that. So tap it down, level it off, and that'll be it. So you do that and just kind of do that for all the tomato plants you have. So now I'll show you how all of my tomato plants look when I'm done. So here are some of my tomato plants potted up. So what you want to do after you pot them up is water them in. So I put them in this tote, and I got this tote at Goodwill. You can get it real cheap. I think it was $1.99. It was, yep, it was $1.99. So I mean, you can get this stuff super cheap at a place like Goodwill. So, and you don't want to water them from the top, because if you water them from the top, it's going to push all the soil down, compact it. You don't want to do that. So take your water and water them in through the bottom like this. Make sure you put enough water in there. So there you go. There's only probably a quarter of an inch of water in there. I'm going to add some more. So when these are watered in, again, you'll see the soil is going to get a lot darker. The pot or cup is going to get a lot heavier. And then you'll know they are watered in properly. And then you're going to go ahead and set them back under your grow lights. And you'll be good to go until you're ready to put them outside. And of course, you want to tend to them, make sure they don't dry out under the grow lights, and they're going to grow super fast. And I'll show you that in a couple weeks. I'll show you how big they got. And one other thing I was thinking about is that for that fertilizer, when I put that in there, you can go ahead and look at the instructions on the bag to see how much you want to put in there. Put in your potting mix. I went ahead and just threw a couple handfuls in. I know it's working. Here's all my tomato plants potted up. It is a grand total of 40. I did about 10 yesterday. I think I did the 30 today. And it took me about an hour and a half to do the 30. So go ahead, put on a podcast, listen to some music, something like that, and go ahead and enjoy it. So what I'm going to do today is water in the rest of them, and then I will place them under the grow lights. So I would say next watering, make sure you go ahead and put some fertilizer in the water. Follow the directions. You can go ahead and do that now if you want. Put some fertilizer in there. They do have the secondary leaves, like I said before, so it will help them get off to a good start if you go ahead and put some fertilizer in there. So that's it for now. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Take care and have a great day.